And now on the board, Kaya Skrezek, back 2.5 somersault pike. Oh, way too short. And another dive we see from one of the ladies in this morning's prelims that doesn't seem to get off the board high enough in order to have enough space to get vertical. Fours from the judges for Kaya, and she's at 124 total points after 3 rounds of dives, in 6th place at the moment. Next up, Teresa Jelinkova from Prague, inward 2.5 somersault tuck. Nicely done. Not excellent. The takeoff wasn't dangerously close, but was not high enough. She moved her shoulders a little bit inside the board before taking off. That caused the dive to not being very high in the safe distance, but 6.5 was not bad at all overall for such a young, talented diver. 54 points above average, and she's in 4th place. She could take advantage of all the mistakes that are happening around her in this prelim. Oh, big mistake on the hurdle for Alexandra Blazowska. Her toes were completely over the hand of the board, and she just ends up being way too far short and away, very distant from the board. And we see the reaction in the Polish crowd faces. 2.5 threes, huge mistake for Alexandra, who was in 12th place before and will for sure drop down in the rankings. 122 points for her after 3 rounds of dives. British diver Dajarna Bent Hashmail, back to 2.5 somersault pike. Nicely done. Very good job. Way above average. Much better than what we have seen so far from other divers in the same exact dive. 7s and 7.5s from the judges, and Dajarna is going to get ahead of everyone in the rankings. She's in 1st place at 180 points. Anna Pismenska, huge mistake for her on the front 3.5 somersault pike, and now she has a back 2.5 somersault pike. Better than the round before. Again, another dive that we have seen it perform much better in the past. The pike position, I've seen it live, was not perfect. Her knees are slightly bent, and also this dive from her goes over. Not as bad as the one before. 6 from the judges, 54 points. That was a huge mistake in the previous round for Anna. Let's see if she can recover with the next 2 rounds, because as of right now she is still below average. Rocio Velasquez, reverse 2.5 somersault pike, completely missed. She, on the takeoff, we see it here, she brings her shoulders too far back, goes completely to the side of the board, and goes too far over. It is a huge mistake for the Spanish diver. 4s from the judges, below average. I thought it was even worse than that. In my opinion, I would have scored it a little bit lower than that. I guess that's good for Rocio. 40 points, 153 total points after 3 rounds of dives. Emilia from Sweden, same dive, and wow, this is excellent. It seems like it's a super easy dive for her. Very high, up in the air, elegant, sharp in the pike position. The knees are perfectly straight, and the entry is nice and clean. 7.5 and 8 for her. 69 points. 175 after a mistake in the second round of dives. Emilia steps up and does an excellent reverse 2.5 somersault pike. 175 points for her. Celine van Duin from the Netherlands, back to 2.5 somersault pike. Celine took some time off from diving last season and decided to come back here at Europeans on springboard. She has been an excellent platform diver. European champion in Glasgow 2018. 6s for her from the judges, and she recovers after a not so good second round of dives. Back to now somersault tuck for Romanian diver Forster. Amélie Forster does a not so excellent job. She ends up being way too short in the entry. 4.5, 5 for her, and a little bit too far behind the average as of right now. It's going to be hard for her to make the final. She's at 130 points total. Laurenella Selka now. Ooh, excellent entry. What an amazing lineup for her. She comes out at the perfect time and reaches back with her hands in the right way in order to get a very, very clean entry. 7s from the judges, 61 points, put her in 5th place. Next up is Saskia Ottinghaus. A forward 3.5 somersault pike. We see her focusing here. And a good job by the German diver. Solid dive. A very good front 3.5 somersault pike. Probably not the highest we have seen, and that we will see throughout the competition, but we saw it from the slow motion. She did not grab her hand. The entries, this is why divers, this is why I say, I talk about the hand